Hey, Thabreakmaster here, and this is Dub Thoughts, and today I'm going to be talking about Attack on Titan English dub, which premiered on Toonami, and I watched that, and now I'm making a video talking how I feel about this dub. So, let me just jump right into it. I'm going to start with some of the lesser characters, and I'm going to go into Eren Yeager later, because I mean, that's the most I got to talk about when it comes to Eren, and Bryce Peppenbrooks, and, you know, Eren Yeager's voice. So, I'm going to start off with the person I think that was the weakest and will be the weakest within this dub, and this episode kind of reassures me that this is the case here. That is Mikasa. You know, Mikasa. I had a feeling she was gonna not sound too good, especially with the scenes that we seen with Mikasa, and with this episode here, the first episode. I can say I know why they chose her. I can see it now, but she can't drop her lines right. There's only a few times where she dropped her lines real nice. They're real good, and I was like, that's why they chose her. And her voice isn't necessarily bad. It's just for some reason her voice seems to crack when I don't know what it is. Is she purposely doing that, or is this how she talks, or I don't know. But that's an issue. Not to mention just her acting in itself. There's too much emotion to when she says certain things, and the thing is, Mikasa doesn't show emotion like that, and doesn't even show on her face that she's really like that. So it's just kind of weird when it's coming from her, and it just doesn't feel right, honestly. And this is what the problem is that I had when it came to Mikasa. I feel like she's gonna be the weakest, besides maybe even Jean, because Jean has this whole cracking of the voice as well, which is kind of odd. But we'll see when Jean comes in here. But or John, actually, I keep saying Jean, but John, that's how you're supposed to say it. But nonetheless, I don't know. Mikasa, she was subpar. I wasn't really that impressed when it came to Mikasa's acting in here. When it comes to Armin, let me jump to Armin. Armin, I said he did a decent job. I still prefer Maxie Whitehead to be, you know, Armin, but that's not to be the case here. It's not gonna happen. Okay, it's not gonna happen. So with this guy here, it's cool to see there's a guy playing another guy instead of a girl playing this guy, you know, a kid. This is what usually happens, but you know, he does a pretty good job, actually. I do enjoy his voice for the most part. There are certain parts where he sounded a little too old, I guess you could say, like, because they're kids at that time, so the voice should have been lighter. And that's one thing I noticed throughout this dub from the first episode, is that their voices tend to fluctuate between sounding young and then their voice goes, like, when they get angry, usually the other voice starts picking up when they start screaming and crap. That's when they can't, I guess, control it per se to sound younger, because it goes to that voice where when they get a little older and their voice change and everything like that. That's the only thing I kind of noticed when I was watching this episode. But overall, it was good. I did enjoy Armin's voice acting here. Acting was good. The voice is good. So overall, it was good for me when it comes to Armin. Let me talk about some of the scenes in here. There's one scene in this dub, in the first episode, you know, that scene always gets me too. It's the scene where we get this lady and her son died, and she was asking, did my son, you know, did she do something did he do something for humanity and everything? And I'm like, yeah, you know, that scene right there, that was so good. I gotta clap it up for that. I really liked that. Whoever that lady was, who voiced that lady there, she superb. That's how you're supposed to do it. I felt it. I had that same feeling that I had when I first watched Attack on Titan, when it was in subbed and everything, and just feeling all that raw emotion. And she really brought the essence there for that character, and I really liked that. I was like, yes, there we go. There we go. And I really like that. And the same thing with the dude there, you know, he was just saying, yo, we didn't do anything, you know, we failed. I'm like, yeah, it was nice. Like, I was like, that was a nice, very executed scene. They did a very good job on that. I'm like, there we go. You did not drop the ball on that scene. That was nice. That was nice. What else? I guess I can now go into, I guess, maybe like talking like Hannes. At first I was like, but as I kept listening to him, I see why they chose him. He's not bad. He's not a bad pick. His voice is okay. His acting is okay. So he was decent for Hannes. So I mean, it's not that bad. He's not like the most main important character in the show, anyways. But he's not bad. His voice is not bad. His acting not bad. So I don't have a problem with him. Dr. Yaeger. His voice is good. I really liked it, actually, especially when he started talking. Like, there we go. His voice is really nice. fits him perfectly. Eren's mom, she's a little shaky for me, and honestly, it didn't really matter to me anyway. It doesn't matter what kind of voice she would have got, as long as the acting's good. That's all that mattered. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you already know what happens to Eren's mom, so it's not like it really matters if her voice was like perfect or anything. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. But the voice is actually not bad. It fits her pretty well. Acting is pretty solid. No, not pretty solid. No, it was really good actually. Now I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because that scene. You know, she's like, no, don't go. And I was like, oh no. And then Titan's like, time to eat. And I was like, oh dang. So I see, yeah. Okay. But yeah. So let me just talk about the last person, Eren Yeager, Bryce Peppenbrook. I got him around applause. That was good. He did a really good job, actually. For me, I believe he did a really, really good job with Eren Yeager. I feel like he delivered a different type of performance, which I was looking for. This is what I was looking for, actually. He really did perform better than I expected him to, and I like that. His acting was very, very good. It was very, very good. The voice actually fits a lot better. He gives me. I don't feel like I'm watching Blue Exorcist. I don't feel like I'm watching Sword Art Online. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm watching Attack on Titan. And this is Eren Yeager. You know, I can see that voice. I can hear that voice. It's there, and it's nice. The scream is good. And when his voice cracked, you know, when he saw his mom about to get eaten and everything, that scream right there, that was good. I still will say that the Japanese still did better on that, though. That scream it just resonated in my soul when I heard it in the Japanese, and I felt it, but actually the Japanese still did better on that scream part. But everything else, I will say, he did a very good job. You know, and doing a little bit of narration, you know, we were cattle and everything, like, that narration was nice. Like, he just did a great performance. Like, I'm glad they got Bryce Peppenbrook. He might become one of my favorite voice actors when Attack on Titan is done, possibly. You know, I like him in Sword Art Online. I like him in Blue Exorcist, and I might like him in Attack on Titan. So, Bryce Peppenbrook for the freaking win. He did a good job. So overall, like I said, this is a good dub, a very solid dub. I look forward to seeing more, seeing the other characters like Connie, Sasha, you know, Jean, or John, however you say it, you know, here Levi, some more and everything, besides from the scene that we've seen, Petra and everybody else. So I want to see how their lines are executed, how their voice fits, and just overall how the acting is going to be. Because I feel like they really tried really hard in this dub, and they really show that this is what voice acting is. This is how we can actually act for the most part. Oh, well, there's one other thing I actually got to say though. That's why I only give it a good, because there is a problem too. Besides like Mikasa, maybe Jean, but cause I still need to hear Jean. But there's one thing I noticed with this dub, and I wonder if anyone else noticed this, because I'm sure some other people noticed this. But when it comes to the extra characters, you know, the people that are just randomly talking, like, oh no, something's happening, oh I don't know, I gotta run, you know, those people. When you try to have a good dub, you have to make sure everybody sounds right. Everybody has to sound okay. If they don't sound okay, or give at least a decent performance, it kind of makes the dub sound a little off. It rubs you the wrong way, and that's one of the things I was having with this, especially with the scenes that I've been seeing as well. This confirms it, that I think for some reason Mike Farley didn't care about the extra characters. Like, they didn't expect them to act really well, because when the Colossal Titan kicked the freaking you know, hole in the wall, the boulder's flying, he's like, the Titans are coming, we gotta go. I was like, I started laughing, because it's like, what? it sounds comical, and I'm like, no, you gotta make sure everybody sounds. It don't matter who it is. It can be a baby crying. You gotta make sure that baby sounds like it's actually crying, like an actual baby. Don't need to sound like a horse. So you have to make sure everybody sounds good. And that's the thing I think that's gonna have a problem with this dub, and that's gonna make it or break it for me, honestly, a little bit, because that messes up with everybody else's performance. You know, it's like I said, like there's that scene with Mikasa, and there's two other people, and the line delivery from those two people were terrible, and it just made the scene worse for me, honestly. And it wasn't just because Mikasa was not that good. It was because they also it didn't help. They didn't help anything. So that's my other concern. And it seems like that's to be true for the rest of the dub, because like I said, from the scenes that we've seen, and I'm putting it with this episode as well, this is just everything I collected so far, and I believe overall this is going to be a good dub. There's just little minor kinks here and there. So leave comments below and tell me what you think of this dub Attack on Titan. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell me what you think. I really want to know. And until then, people, break out.